Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ashrafil mursaleen Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad al-Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Madad ya Sayyidi ya Rasul al-Kareem Habib al-Azim umzul halana wa ishhalana wa abiduna bi madadakum wa nazarakum. Madad ya Sayyidi ya Sultan al-Awliya wa Shaykh Faiz al-Daghestani Sadasha Muhammad Nazim Haqqani Mawlana Shaykh Hisham Qabbani umzul halana wa ishhalana wa abiduna bi madadakum wa nazarakum. InshaAllah I was asking to be nothing. And that Allah's greatness and mercy, that He have mercy upon our souls and let us enter into the oceans of rahmah. And alhamdulillah, Allah guiding us and dressing for us from the realities of His oceans of mercy, His schools of adab. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Atiyullah, atiya Rasul wa ulul amri minkum. That everything from Mawlana Shaykh Hisham's teaching for us to seek Allah's Divinely pleasure and the satisfaction of Sayyidina Muhammad's nazar to be upon us are the schools of adab. And they're very different from people who are used to only dealing with Imam at a local masjid. The schools of adab and the turuqs, they are trained with a special reality in which Allah wants that reality to be spread amongst mankind is good characteristics. All of this deen and all of paradise and all of heavens is based on good manners. If there are no good manners, all the prayers in the world mean nothing to Allah. All the giving and donation in the world means nothing to Allah. All the fasting in the world means nothing if the manners and the heart is not moving towards muhabbat and towards love. A heart devoid of love is a heart devoid of faith. If there's no faith in the action, there's no value in the action. Because a donkey can do actions, but what Allah wants is from the heavenly kingdom, reminding for us that you came from my paradises, you came from my heavenly kingdom, and you must conduct yourself as one who is from a heavenly kingdom, not from the barn. So then Allah describes for us and inspires within us to go to the schools of adab and learn the manners in which to accomplish Allah's satisfaction. One reminder for ourselves is that try our best to be nothing, try our best to understand the state of nothingness that the soul has to achieve, that everybody wants to be in the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. And it's not based on physicality, otherwise all awliyaullah, all pious people would be based in Medina and they wouldn't have left, and that if that was the order by Prophet they would have migrated with all their families to live in Madinatul Munawwarah. But the presence of Prophet in Medina is an example. Once we understand the relationship with Prophet we begin to understand the relationship with ulul amr, atiyallah atiya Rasul ulul amri minkum. So the proximity to Prophet is not the issue, that to come to Medina, anybody can come to Medina, but to be from Medina means that Prophet accept that your donkey you can leave it at home, I'm allowing your soul into my presence. Your soul is the heavenly servant of Allah. The body is merely a donkey that you're supposed to keep it clean, you're supposed to teach it manners, you're supposed to teach it how to function, but you're not taking that body into Divinely presence. This is a summation of all of the turuqs. You're not taking your body to heaven and you're not going to bring your body to Allah's Divinely presence. That body is merely a vehicle in which you're using in this world. So Prophet brought that, keep that body clean, it's an amanat and a trust to you. Wash it, clean it, feed it, don't oppress it as you're not supposed to oppress any creation of Allah. You can't oppress a dog, a worm, a bug. Everything has its respect, has its value in Divinely presence. But what Prophet opens for piety is that I'm accepting your sincerity and I'm accepting that your soul always to be in my presence. Wherever you are, My nazar is on you, your soul is with me. Whatever I dress your soul will be reaching your body wherever it is. That's one level to the reality in Medina, and then to the higher reality of Prophet's presence in Divinely Presence. That if that bab and that door of Medina opens, the Rawza Sharif in the presence of Prophet, he's opening not only the physicality and the spiritual presence within his Rawza Sharif, where they see themselves as the Rawza Sharif of Prophet, but he opens for his heart and his light in Divinely Presence. That's the goal. So then the turuqs come and teach us the same as for the Shaykh, that we don't want to only be and live a life only within that physical presence. And that physical presence doesn't show anything about the proximity to the Shaykh. Because there can be people who are constantly going for umrah. It doesn't mean that Prophet allowed them into his heart. Anybody buy a ticket, they go. Even you have some crazy people who live in that region and they go all the time. That doesn't mean anything. There's barakah maybe for their body, but if that barakah not penetrating within their action and within their amal and within their heart, and a khushya and a softness within their heart, and that the tears flow with the remembrance of Allah and the praising upon Prophet, means then their soul is not moving yet in that presence. So it means the physicality was always an understanding for us, means our way is not based on the physicality. It's not based on putting your physicality in the closeness of the Shaykh and then thinking now you're something. Has nothing to do with that. Your physicality means nothing. What they want for the closeness to the Shaykh and the closeness to Prophet is the sincerity. When the soul is sincere, when the rider has tamed the body, taken all the wildness and the bad character of the body down, has calmed and tamed his beast, means he's brought the beast down, made the beast to have respect, made the beast to not show itself, means that rider is a sincere rider that has power over his being. If he cannot control that being, there's no way that he's entering into the presence of Prophet. There's no place for wild riders. You can't control that animal, how are you going to control yourself? So that's why all the turuqs and all the people of haqqaiq, everything they're teaching is that all that you're doing has to be based on good manners, good character, because they're watching. Do you have control of that beast? And then now an example of how that beast is mystifying us, and if we don't catch every trick that it's doing, it's showing itself in power and the rider is under. What they want to see is that the soul is riding that body, it has control of the body, it puts the body down and makes the body to be humbled and humiliated. Means then that soul has power. Otherwise they look and they say, look like your horse is riding you and is humiliating your soul and putting your soul down. That's not the way and the entrance to the Shaykh's heart or to the presence of Prophet. So always a reminder, it's not that you'd be photographed in the presence of the Shaykh and that means you're a close one. There are people who can be 30 years in the presence of the Shaykh but never really saw the Shaykh. And that's why all of the writings is that if you don't know your guide, how is it that you're going for umrah and hajj and you don't know Prophet? You're telling me that you know the reality of Prophet but you're not yet able to understand the reality of your guide? If your heart opens, you would see your guide in a Muhammadan light and you would see everything that they're doing is from the light of Prophet, and you would see that Medina and Mecca around them. And that's why all awliyaullah, it's not the ones in the past and it's not anymore a secret. The ones in the past are in the past, whatever they had they gave as an inheritance for awliya of today. Don't think there was that time and there's no this time. No, if they made $1 million or $1 billion they gave that inheritance to the awliya of today. They're inheriting their secret and whatever new is coming from Prophet. That makes them super powerful. and make them to enter into gates that took lifetimes of struggle for them. Just like in our lives, if you're going to be the one that achieves a wealth in your family, you're going to have a very difficult struggle because everything you have to do, you have to go through it. But if your Baba leaves you $1 billion and say, here's $1 billion, your struggle in life is going to be extremely different because you got it. Means those awliyaullah, what they achieved nobody can imagine. What inheritance Prophet gave to them, they are giving to the turuqs of today to reach Akhir Zaman and to be with Sayyidina Mahdi salam. So then they're reminding us, everything of your school is crush your physicality and constantly question what action are you doing. Is it based on your ego to be happy or based on your soul to be happy? So it means that in the presence of people don't show yourself. Now the world became everything about showing themselves. Don't pray excessively in front of people to be known or to be thought that you are somebody who prays. Don't do any type of worshipness or act in front of people that they're watching you and say, oh mashallah, look what a pious person this person is. We're all eating and they're doing this. That action will be thrown. That action has no value in Divinely Presence. That action will be completely claimed by the nafs. The nafs will take it and say, this was my action, I did that action to be seen by people, to be known by people, to be respected by people. And then that action now is devoid of Allah's account. The action that counts for Allah's for Prophet is one that is devoid from the vision of people. The people didn't see it. They don't see how you struggle at home. They don't see how you pray at home. They don't see how you make your du'as at home. They don't see how you read Qur'an at home. Those are the actions that count. But now we are in a reverse world where there is no more school of adab and everybody is bi-adab, completely without manners. So the danger is that everybody walk in and see them, I say, I'll copy that and do like that. And then that action becomes devoid of any light, of any benefit to reach towards the soul because the nafs took it, the ego took it and trying to use it. Means in the presence of the Shaykh, hide yourself. Mawlana always told and taught all of us that, don't think the one sitting at my feet is the one next to me, but the one who's by the shoes and cleaning the burdens of people. If you think that you're near and dear to the Shaykh, then keep praying that, Ya Rabbi, let me to share in his burdens. What difficulty he's carrying, let me to carry. And you be the one that will always be sick and nobody will know what you're carrying, but Allah will and Prophet. But now the world and the reality of illusion and fasad is around us, and whatever's in plain sight is nothing of the reality. Means that when you excessively do things to be seen by people, that action won't count. So much so that the Sahabi and Prophet would describe that when they would do voluntary fasting, we're not talking about Ramadan is mandatory fasting. If you don't have the hikmah anymore, nothing makes sense. They would do voluntary fasting, and Prophet described the best of manners. Somebody comes to your door, says, Ya akhi, I'm hungry, from the Sahabi, and you were fasting that day, you are required to break your fast, eat with that person, and as soon as they leave, regain your state of fast. That's very hard on the ego because the ego wants to say, no, I'm fasting today. So where are we from before and where are we today? As soon as we want to do something, we want everyone to know it. We want to come and fast on Jummah, it's not allowed, and tell everybody we're fasting today. What's the hikmah? It's gone. The hikmah is they would fast and struggle against themselves in 140-degree temperature, and as soon as somebody would come by the past of the midday where you're fully into the fast and make you to break your fast. And you can't show it, you feed them, you go back into your state of fast and pray that Allah accept it. That's a struggle against the self, not to claim what you're doing of your actions. Then they go for wudu and they come out looking like they took a shower because they want everyone to know that they are excessively they have access to a lot of water and they really know how to wet themselves. So companions were making wudu with a cup of water where there was no trace of water. And the funny part of the wudu is when you think and you build all your life on your excellence of wudu and you're not around the kamil shaykhs and the perfected shaykhs, they begin to teach you. Because they come with all the things, how come you guys don't focus on usul? Oh, the tariqas are all based on usul but you don't have the capacity to understand it. You're so fixated on the wudu, my children know how to make wudu. But let me tell you, the secret of your wudu is based on your ghusl. And if you went into that ghusl and you didn't step with your right foot into the ghusl, you step into the bathroom with your left foot because it's a toilet. But the shower has its own adab. The shower has to be sanctified like a death ghusl, that you're asking to reach a state of purity. You enter into the shower with the right foot. So I didn't know that. So of course you didn't, because you don't accompany a kamil shaykh. We accompanied Mawlana Shaykh Hisham. And when you're in the ghusl and you're showering yourself, you don't urinate into the shower. As soon as you urinate into the shower you have destroyed the ghusl. Most of them urinate in their shower. So your ghusl has been destroyed. All wudu after that is void. As a result all that salah was void. So then you want to come and teach the people of haqqaiq about wudu? Means there's an adab and a reality of everything. If you don't learn those adabs you never reach the stations of sincerity. If you don't understand the character and the perfection of character, on how not to show yourself, how not to show your action, how to take nasiyan mansiya, the words of Sayyidina Maryam alayhi salam, who realized that her life there would be a great fitna based on her life, and the birth of Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. And her only du'a was, Ya Rabbi, I wish that I was nothing, I wish that I was nothing, I wish that I was something non-existent. And awliyaullah come and say, that is our zikr. Ya Rabbi, let me be nothing. Every time my somethingness comes there's a problem and I'm drawing farther from your Divinely Presence. We pray that on idkum minan nar that we understand what causing the nar is the nafs, and every action that the nafs is trying to propagate and to make and to build itself to be recognized, it makes the difficulty. And the reality of idkum minan nar is take a path of nothingness, nothingness. Try ourselves our best to be nothing, to be nothing, to be nothing, and to show beatific character, good manners, love and respect. Whatever going to come against you, every time you want to come around and show respect. It's hard on some people to be nice, it's hard on some people to be respectful, they just can't do it, and you see them struggling with themselves. That is the greatest struggle. To struggle against yourself to say, no, you're nothing, be loving, be kind, be respectful. Even people can't keep a hat on their head. Just struggling with a hat, you can see them, the hat is going this way, it's going that way, it's going backwards, it's on the ground, it's back on the head, it's off the floor. They're having a jihad with their hat. Can you go anywhere without your head covered? No. But if you're fighting with your hat, sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off, sometimes on dashboard, sometimes on the seat. It's a big fight. This guy like, I'm not going on, yeah you're going on, no I'm not going on, you go on. That is our struggle. So then if you're fighting with your hat, where do you think your salah is counting? Oh my salah is so important, don't bother me people, I'm praying now 50 rakats. Here I go. Come back, we come back to our reality and know that we are an oppressor to ourselves. Ya Rabbi, let me to fix the small things. The shaykh said that I can tell how many blocks or spots you have on your heart by looking at your shorts. They can tell how many spots are on your heart by looking at your underwear. Not that they want to do that, but why? You don't take the time to wash your private part. You want to tell me that you're washing your heart? You think Allah is a joke and the Prophet this is all a joke? No, but most people do. They think they don't know. Allah's watching, angels are watching and recording. Turuq come and they remind us, there's a camera on. Do you understand that this camera is on and recording? Not that camera, but the ones that the angels have. So then they begin to teach what the secret is. The secret is in your istinja, to wash yourself so that there's no mark on your being. That's the part of wudu that nobody sees, that you should be most careful with. And the wudu in front of people, they said, make wudu like a crazy person, wash and get out. Don't spend too much time in there. But the part that nobody sees is the part that you should spend your time, because Allah sees, Allah knows what's happening in that part. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Hurmati Muhammadan Mustafa Basir Surat al-Fatiha. Alhamdulillah, shukran. Now it's dinner time. Like the underwear part? There's no shyness in religion, so you have to.
Sidana Nabi, Sidana Nabi, Sidana Nabi, Sidana Nabi.